I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. Flagler Schools has a new superintendent. Jason Wheeler is the district's community information specialist.
Kathy Middlestadt is set to become the next superintendent of Flagler Schools this after the school board voted 4-0 unanimously on Tuesday afternoon to offer her that position. They did call her up in St. Johns County, where she is currently an assistant superintendent up there, and she accepted. They will now begin the contract negotiations.
They hope to have her in place by June 1st. Middlestadt replaces outgoing Superintendent Jim Tager, whose final day is June 30th. Sheriff Rick Staley helps during a domestic violence arrest. With more, here's Tony Magoo.
While on patrol Friday night, Sheriff Rick Staley helped deputies on a call involving a man threatening to kill his girlfriend of 9 years after she would not return his food stamp card to him.
I located the suspect in the parking lot behind the building where he was waiting for his victim to leave work and apparently intended to attack her.
The man, 40-year-old Travis Williams, was calling the victim continually and demanding that she return his food stamp card. When she refused, he began threatening to kill her when she returned home. Based on the statements of the victim and the witness, Williams was taken into custody and arrested for domestic assault. He was booked into the Sheriff Perry Hall inmate detention facility and released after posting a $2,500 bond.
It's a great team effort. Glad that we were able to protect the victim before she got hurt, and I hope she is successful in breaking the cycle of domestic violence.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Tony Magoo.
Voters in Bunnell will cast ballots in a local race while also picking their preferred presidential candidate. John Arking reports.
While early voting continues through Saturday, March 14th, voters in the city of Bunnell are also choosing from among 4 candidates for 2 city commission seats in the March 17th election. Incumbents John Rogers and Jan Rieger are being challenged by Tanya Gordon and Tina Marie Schultz. But as Katie Lenhart, Flagler County Supervisor of Elections, tells us, they're expecting a higher turnout from among the over 1,500 registered voters in Bunnell.
And this election is a little bit different than usually how the city of Bunnell will conduct their elections, because it's going to be running concurrently with the presidential preference primary. So in these type of elections, the cities have an increased turnout, which is really great for the cities, because typically the Bunnell elections do not have a great turnout. But in this election, I expect that, we're going to have about a 50% turnout of eligible voters. So I guess that could really just be applied countywide and citywide, so hopefully up close to 50%.
Lenhart's entire interview can be heard on the Free for All radio podcast available on the Flagler radio app. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arkin.
There are things to do, to ride and see at the Florida Agricultural Museum.
There is a rideable model train.
They have moved onto our property and they have completed about a 1 mile track. They are 1/8 scale. They're exact replicas of actual trains, and they are rideable.
The museum's executive director, Kara Hoblick, said that a train club from Bostwick, just west of here, wanted more exposure for its rideable model train, so they brought it here. She said there's also a land bridge at the museum.
That is part of our guided trails on horseback that go from our property. On the other side of the interstate to the east of us is Wildlife Management District area, so there's trails all through there, and then beyond that is Princess Place.
Hoblick said that most of the bridges are now tunnels, but this is one of 2 still remaining in the state of Florida. Download the Flagler radio app to find out what's on the radio. Tomorrow, could the farmers market return to the Ag Museum? From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm Deb Albertson.
Bocce ball courts are back open again at Holland Park after undergoing a major renovation. 17 players came out to the inaugural game Friday, despite chilly weather. The new all-weather courts have shade from the sun in the form of a roof and overhead lighting promoting year-round play. The United Nations of Bocce Ball, a group with members representing countries from all over the world, will play here 3 times a week. And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.